This is my spit station. This is my wiper blade. Now, what happens is, with any kind of maintenance, what you're trying to do is prevent and clean any area that comes in contact with ink from accumulating pigment. Okay? That's very important. So, if I hold this back and this plastic piece back, I can turn the gear located here, which is going to push the wiper blade out.
Forward, yeah. So gave you access, yeah?
Gives me access to the wiper blade now. This, first thing I do, I get a piece of lintless cloth or a piece of t-shirt. Can you give me a paper towel for now?
You want me to get just lintless too?
No, just give me a paper towel for now. Thanks. I'm not going to actually do it. Actually, if you're recording, I probably should do it. Can you give me a swab and cleaning solution too, Charles? Just get
So you do need a clean
yeah, just get everything, yeah. Fill it into a cup. Best thing to do is to dry it first. Make sure it's dry on both ends.
So just removing excess ink, yeah?
Just removing the excess ink.
You don't need that much, huh?
No. So I'm removing the excess ink. The reason why is because the best way to check, actually, is to use your fingers. Because what happens, you may rub your finger on it and you're going to notice that it might feel rough. If it's rough, that means that's ink. It's not the rubber wearing out, that's ink. So you would scratch it. I can sometimes pinch it and peel off any excess ink that there might be until I have a very, very smooth surface on both sides of the wiper blade. I just did this very well this morning, so it's pretty clean, but you want to make sure this is completely smooth on both sides. Any little bit of ink, and the nozzles in your printhead are so small, this little bit of ink can cause problems with your printhead. It can start to cause channels, right? So you want to be careful. So clean this very, very carefully and thoroughly. Once you have it smooth as a baby's behind, you want to get your swab and cleaning solution. Give it a last rub down to make sure that you get any of the little extra particles off that might be dry now and cause problems. Clean that off very thoroughly until it's completely smooth. One of the biggest mistakes customers make is they only use this and do this back and forth, I clean my wiper blade. What's happening is there's so much pigment accumulated on this, they're just getting the ink and spreading it back and forth, and it gets all foamy because of the cleaning solution, and you think it's clean. It's not clean. That's why I say dry it first, feel it. If you have to peel it off, but you can only know by actually feeling it with your finger. Okay?
I was doing it wrong, huh?
Now, capping station. Since you already have your swab out, just clean the excess area out on the capping station here.
You also have to dry that with the paper towel.
No, this is not as important because it doesn't really come direct contact with the nozzles. So just around it is fine. Nazzles. I'm tired, man. I've been talking all day today.
Nazzles.
Okay, so that's that. Lastly, part of your maintenance is to check the condition of underneath your printhead. You want to clean, Charles, in my jacket, there's my, you'll see my business card case, inside pocket.
Nice Korean art on there, huh?
Printed on the Spectrasol, or the NeoFlex.
Oh, really?
Yes.
On a silver?
Oh.
On pearl.
On pearl.
Rather a pearl epoxy on top creates this. So it's a marketing tool / representing my country. Anyways.
2-in-1, huh?
Get this off. I use it because it's kind of a mirror too. It kind of comes in handy. Now, can you see the underneath the printhead?
Yes, there are 2 lines.
How often do you do this? Daily, okay, yeah.
Daily. Now, do you see those 2 print bars there? So you see this, the Teflon coated head, which is a gold color, and then on the side you see 2 bars. Do you see that, John?
Yeah.
Okay. And that is also pigment accumulating onto the side ramps. Those are the sides of your printhead. So the wiper blade comes across that, pulls it across your printhead and back. That's what this is doing. So if you clean this, that's great, but if you don't clean this, it's still starting to push the ink into your channels, causing issues, right? So what I do here, literally, I get my finger and very carefully outwards, not inwards, start to peel off any excess ink. You want to be very careful when you do this because you don't want it to fall into the nozzles of the printhead, but right on the outside. Now, if it's really caked up and you think, okay, it's not really coming off that easily, what you can do is use the CPS solution. The CPS solution is the purple stuff that makes your fingers pink for days. That takes the ink off.
So you have to use another solution for that?
If you're having difficulty getting some accumulated ink off of that. It works better than the cleaning solution. It's stronger. It works better at getting the actual, I guess, coagulated ink off.
It is no problem if that comes into contact with the actual head, the cleaning solution?
Cleaning solution is no problem.
No.
You want to
Sorry if
you want to go outwards with the swab and
yes,
with your finger,
to move away from it, yeah.
not inwards this way. That would be counterproductive. So clean that off as well as you can.
What is that? What is that smell?
Till it's clean as new. Same thing on the other side. You can use a mirror or reflective anything. With your finger. Be very careful with this though.
Yeah, you don't want to scratch the Teflon.
Right. And then use your swab. Now, if you did a lot of printing that day, I know this is part of your morning maintenance. You could do it at night too. There's no rule to say you can only do it once a day. If you want to do this every day, even better. Chances of clogging much less. Clean here and the side ramps here. Here. I cleaned this morning, so I know it's clean. You can either use a finger here or get a piece of paper towel and just kind of, or a piece of t-shirt and just kind of peel it off that area, and these side ramps here as well. Okay?
Yeah.
So now this looks brand new. My wiper blade looks brand new. My rubber on my capping station looks brand new. It's on my maintenance. Okay. Okay. Now, one other thing to check, especially with you, Elias, because you have.
You don't have to take this back.
What?
The other one.
The printhead? Oh, the wiper blade?
Yes.
Oh, yes. You don't have to, actually, but I recommend that you do.
This is doing by the machine itself.
It will.
So when you switch the machine on, it will take the wiper blade back if it's out.
But I recommend you do it, because sometimes
Okay.
it gets caught.
Okay.
So I recommend that you do it.
good.
Yeah. Sometimes it gets caught. So I recommend that you do it.
I got.
Yeah.
I taught Elias something right.
And there you go. Last thing you have to check, especially with you, Elias, is your ink lines. In the morning you come in, and this is not white like this. It's gray and milky. That means your ink and your lines are separated. Because bulk systems separate faster. And depending on the environment also. So if you have your auto cleaning set at a too long period of time, then this will start to become milky all around. You can follow the ink line all the way to the damper. So
And that can block your lines,
it
yeah.
can block your lines, right, exactly. So you want to be careful. If you do notice that your ink lines here are gray, do try to do what we call a KK3 cleaning or KK2 cleaning, which is what I'm going to show you now. Unfortunately, I can't say every printer can do these cleanings. Epson has put in some changes in their firmware where some printers can and some printers can't because of this stupid message, non-genuine Epson inks. And I'm going to show you what happens. But you'll have to do a cleaning, or the other option would be you would
This is from which reason it can be?
separation in your ink line. Your ink, your pigments settling in your water separated.
It's not a good thing.
Not a good thing, right. So another way, if you don't want to do a cleaning, which is probably the better way for a dealer to do anyways, you can take this smoky gray cover off
Now, is this something that one needs to do with sealed system?
Not as much, no.
Not as much.
More for bulk
So
systems.
check now and again, yeah?
Yes. If you ever notice when you start printing and your print is grayish and not opaque white, that means that there's some ink probably separating your damper
Yeah.
or your print head
Yeah.
that you need to flush through. If that's the case, you start between 4 to 6 hours, probably closer to 5 to 6 hours. If it's still separated, bring it down an hour increments to see, just to make sure when you come in, I'm ready to go. But it really depends on your environment. Elias, what you'll have to do, you release a printer, bring this, see this notch here? I brought this over. 3 screws, 1, 2, 3. Take this off. I know you're aware of this already, right? What you can do is release this. But before you release this, make sure your ink levers are up. By putting my ink levers up, I'm closing the connection between my cartridges and my ink. If ink levers are down, and I release this, the ink is going to flow all the way back into my cartridge. Not a good thing. You want to keep it up, close it, then release.
And the ink has nowhere to go.
You get my rubber? Can you grab a rubber syringe? I'm not going to do it, but can you grab a rubber syringe?
This could be a dirty one?
Yeah, I'm just going to generally show them. I'm not going to take this one off. Thanks. You're going to unscrew this, attach the syringe you have with your kit to the hose.
Yes.
So pull this. There's going to be a little O-ring, rubber ring. You pull that back, this onto the actual tube itself.
And withdraw it, is it? Suck it out.
Well, you have to lower this first.
Yes.
Now that the connection is still now
Stop
made,
the vacuum, yeah.
right? Then you have to pull. Now with that ink in your syringe, open up your bulk cartridge, put it back in, so you don't waste it. You're recycling it
And how much of them?
until it's white. Until it looks like
Until
this.
it's white.
Until it's white like this,
Okay.
right? Until it's
Okay.
white like this. Then you know you're in good shape. You do that with each of your lines, and then you want to do either 2 to 3 simple cleans to clean your damper and your printhead, or you want to do a KK cleaning if your printer can access it. Okay?
Okay.
Do you know which printers will access it, or is it something that
We're
is a
still
bit hit
trying
and
to
miss?
figure, try to hit or miss. Some
Yeah,
printers can only
yeah.
do simple and power.
Okay.
Some printers only can do both.
Yeah.
It's just Epson trying to figure out a way to screw us.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's a constant battle. Anyways, so that's something for you.
Because I have these cartridges.
The bulk. In any case, check the condition of your white ink lines. Use your syringe if you have to. You can even use a syringe as well if you like, if you notice it, but unfortunately you have nowhere to put it. If you want to save your CMYK, for instance. Now, when you put these back on, you have to be sure that it's tight. You don't want it to be loose at all. You don't want any air to be able to get into it. Okay? Because this is a connection to the damper. So it was ink line, cartridge through the ink line, to the damper, to the printhead. So this is actually the damper here. It also connects down here. Okay?
Okay.
This is that.
What actually draws the ink through? What makes the ink draw through? Is it the printhead that is drawing the ink, or is it the damper?
It's the pump pumping the ink.
Okay. Right.
Lamp is pumping
so
the
it
ink.
will be a
Compensation,
pressure
right?
on the ink.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
pumping the ink. Pump, 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 pump.
Yep.
And then so what happens is it fills the damper, and the damper fills the printhead, and the channels in the printhead are full. It's called a piezo head. And piezo meaning it's piezo material, that if you put an electric charge through it, the material expands and contracts. That's piezo.
And so it releases the ink.
So when it expands, boom, shoots the ink
Yeah.
out. But it does it very, very quickly. A thermal head, in contrast, uses heat. And that's why they call it the bubble jet. So it heats up the ink and then explodes. That's what shoots the ink out of the head. That's thermal. Epson uses a piezo, which is one of the main reasons why people modify it, because you cannot put heat to these inks because you'll clog up your head. 'Cause it will cure in the head. Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Which
That's why
means-
Epson printers are used primarily. And it's not the only piezo head, but This is why one of the reasons why Epson's was used, because of the micro piezo head.
So, printing-wise, what is the best, piezo or bubble jet?
Printing-wise, there's no better.
best?
There's no better, just better for
Just different
our
methods.
application. Right, exactly.
Now, if a print head does become blocked,
Yes. That's a good thing. Yes.
can you use these sort of ultrasonic things to
Yeah, we've
unblock
tried it.
them?
Yeah,
Do you have success ever?
Yeah,
or-
we've had some success.
Okay.
Had some success.
But
Sometimes.
at
not.
worst, you have to replace the head.
At worst, you have to replace
Yeah,
it.
okay.
Now, Chaucer's going to show you how to remove a print head and flush it.
Uh-huh.
Because as dealers, you need to know that.
Yeah.
So, you want me to flush this?
I want you to flush this truss.
Now, Commander, will I get...
Flush it totally?
Well, hold on. You know what? Before we do that, I didn't finish my maintenance. Let's do that first.
Okay.
And then we're going to the advance.
About
'Cause
this,
I was about to put this
I
back.
have few. I must use all the times this one because where I can find them,
Lintless ones. No lint.
no lint.
You can find them probably locally somewhere. I don't know where. We always have them. It's very cheap from us, but you can find
So
some.
many freaking flies here.
All of a sudden.
I can use it again after that.
I wouldn't.
Oh, no.
No.
Chuck 'em.
Okay, so daily maintenance is that. Once you have your everything checked, do your nozzle check, and you should be ready to go. Now,
This is a daily.
daily, right?
What
Should be
about
about
the
5
weekly?
minutes if you get adept at it. The incline thing shouldn't happen on a daily basis.
No.
And you gotta address it if it does.
After is the weekly and after is the monthly. Yeah?
We have the afternoon maintenance, which is when you're done the day, bring the printer forward,